People go through this all the time. How do I choose which job to go for? It's classic, and I know a lot of people have covered it, but I haven't covered it. And I wanted to give you my thoughts on it. And it's like almost there's a kind of process I think people need to go through, and they probably do, whether they think about it or not. But there's some key things to consider. And I think number one, is just reflect on a job that you love or loved or you did before that was brilliant, and why you loved it so much. Like, what was it about that job that was absolutely awesome? Like, why did you feel engaged? What was it? The tasks, the people, the culture? What was it about that job? And I would just get pen and paper, if you use pen and paper, or get on your tasks thing on your phone and jot down just all of the things that you loved about that job. And if you haven't done a job you've loved yet, jot down the things that you would love to do, the things you would love incorporated in your job. And then whether that's the actual tasks, again, people, culture, all of those kind of things. And I think great place to start, just get it all down. And also the other thing with that, and you go through school, uni, work, whatever, and you get all of this kind of pressure about like the things that you feel you should be doing, or people have told you need to want to do, or you have to be the manager, you have to want to be the CEO, you have to want to be this or that, and there's a lot of external pressure that people get and influence and stuff, and look in your heart and just if you know deep down what it is that you want to do or you should be doing, or depending on the stage of career, of course, but try and like block out some of the external stuff. It's like when I started my business, it's like I got 3 questions. It was like, first it was congratulations, most businesses fail in year 1, and then you're like, congratulations, most businesses fail in year 2, and da 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 da. They're still saying it in year 13, like most businesses fail. Like there's always that, and there's this like, you must want to sell and build a business to sell and all this kind of stuff, and you must want to follow a career, and want to be managing, you've got to be senior manager, you've got to be director. Just block out the noise, and in your heart, like, what is it that you want to be doing? What makes you happy? And it could even just be, go on a run, do yoga, meditate, and like get to yourself in a spot where like this thoughts come in and out, and just try and like, have a good like reflection moment. Certainly when you're moving jobs, I mean, it's a big move, right? Because work is the thing you do most in your life, and you're often spending more time with colleagues than you are with your family, even if you're working remote. You're in your home office, or you're in the coffee shop, or you're in the office, and like most of your thoughts are consumed with work. And so it's important to get it right. And I know I say this all the time, economics plays a huge part. So to earn money, but you can still think about these things, because it's important stuff, because when you're happy and you're enjoying things, you're doing your best work. And of course you can be happy outside, like you can do things outside of work to make you happy. And hey, if you're doing a job where like you don't like it, but hey, it's making you loads and loads of money, or it's making money to support the family, cover the bills, things like that. So like there's context to all of this kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people say you've got to do a job that makes you happy, and that in itself puts pressure on people. So take the bits from this that work for you. Follow your gut. When you know. Like you just know when you know. Like you go for an interview, you meet someone, and you just kind of know, and it's just intuition. Like you meet someone and you're like, yeah, I can work with this person, and yeah, I think I can learn from them, and like I'll be there for them. I know they'll be there for me. I know I'll learn. And so a big bit, and you hear this all the time, is follow your gut, and often your gut is telling you, it directs you in the right way, and it's more info. It's like you know when something feels right, and you're often right. But use all the information available to you, right? So that's really important. and look at the overall picture. So overall picture is, okay, following your gut, and in your heart, you know what you should be doing or you shouldn't be doing. And you're thinking the reasons why you want to move and what you'll get out of work and what makes you happy and progression and things like that. You know, but look at everything. So it's like you've either gone and looked for a job, or a headhunter's tapped you on the shoulder, and whatever it might be, you've decided to go and speak with someone. And so again, get your pen and paper out, and what are the things that you're looking for to move? Now there's money, clearly important. And some people, it's a huge priority to get more money. Some people it isn't. You know, so the money thing is there, and part of the decision-making process. And, you know, whether you're in a public company and you get some shares, or you're going to a private equity company and you're getting equity, or you're getting salary and bonus or commission, or you're in a commission-only sales role, or whatever, or hourly work, or whatever it is, right? So make sure you're comfortable with what you're earning. And then think about the things that are going to push you forward. And always like a good litmus test, I think, is you're spending a bit of time with your old colleagues, and they're like, oh, what have you been up to? And you, in this last couple of years, you've moved. And if you can tell a good story and they're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. You know, like it makes sense. Because, you know, I like to think of a career as a story, and you're the hero, and it's chapters to the story. And I think it's a good way to think of it. What's the next chapter of your career going to look like if you stay where you are versus moving to a new company? Or if you're out of work and you're deciding, you know, whether to take a lateral move, or you've been offered a job that's a step down, or, you know, whatever it is, like, what does it make sense? And it might do. This is unique to everyone. But I think if you think of it as in the context of chapters in your life, chapters in your career, it's a pretty good place to start. And you can't go too wrong. So that's how I would do it. And then the next bit, deciding to accept or not. And again, if you've gone through all these different steps, you'll be in a pretty good spot, and you'll know, and you'll know if you're making the right decision, and whether it's going into see your current manager and being like, thank you so much. I've really appreciated all the effort, the work. You've been great. You know, I need to move. You know, or thank you so much for the interview process. It doesn't feel right. I'm going to decline. You know, whatever the outcome is, you go through those decision-making processes, go through those steps, and when it comes to decision time, you'll know what the right decision is. And also speak to some folks that you trust. If you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. Speak to someone that's, you know, been in the game for a while, then someone that you respect. I always call it, you know, have a personal board of directors. You know, folks around you that aren't just going to say yeah. They're going to give you frank, honest, independent advice, challenge you, and yeah, you know, they kind of got your back, and it's useful to have those people around. Hope that's helpful, and see you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate all of your feedback, thoughts, comments, all of that stuff. Don't forget to subscribe in all the usual places: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that cool stuff. Feel free to leave a review and DM me with any feedback. Much appreciated. Have an